Hey everyone, this is GOL from Productions², and welcome back to our Prison Architect walkthrough Let's Play. This will be the first actual video that's going to be recorded that will be uploaded for a walkthrough on using the new system. So this is actually going to be in 1256 by 1440. It will be obviously, all downscale to 1920 by 1080. I don't think YouTube supports would even begin to support the size of this resolution of this thing. And they took 1080p off the resolution options anyway. So I don't know what happened. Sometime between when I last recorded that little bit that I did and now, the file, I guess maybe I forgot to save it. I don't know what exactly happened with it, but I went through, actually took my SSD and hard drive, the one that were still in my old system, pulled them out, put them into my docking bay over here, and looked, and all the versions of this that I have are from the 27th, which is before I did this stuff up here. So I'm not sure what happened with that. So we're going to start back from where we were there. Not too big of a deal, but still some issues there. Problems in terms of having to redo some stuff. So as you can see, it's still very, very slow and laggy. The problem with this game is not system related, it's related to the fact that the game is not very optimized. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to materials. I'm going to start building out the rooms again here. You know what? Oh yeah, we're not even at 1,000 anymore, are we? Or maybe we are, I don't know. We'll see once all these things, all the cells wake up here. Oh wait, no, yeah, we're one off. It should be there. That's right. Ah, so annoying. I do remember that I wanted to leave some space here, so I will. I'm not sure how much louder or quieter this new system is going to be compared to the old one. The fans that I'm using on the on it are actually fairly noisy when they're going at full speed. They're heatsink fans, so they have a lot of power behind them. I have them tied to the speed of the CPU though, so they shouldn't go to full speed unless the CPU is really hot. That should not happen unless I'm rendering something out, frankly. Every game that I've played to try and stress out the CPU has not managed to get the CPU over 40C. I have it set up at 65C, the fans kick on to full gear. I've never seen it go up to 65 before, period. End of discussion. Doing anything. Even Prime 95 for like 17 hours didn't even get it close to, that's actually kind of off there, huh? I guess we'll leave some area down here then. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, we can do that. We just can't do the opposite side. That's right. And just like automatically we just screwed up. I just screwed up on this. Pro watch me do that and say, no, what are you doing? Alright, it's just that one there. Okay, it's fixed. Not big of an issue, luckily. But yeah, I mean, this cooling system is insane. I mean, whatever you think of the Corsair H series, they're trash compared to this system I set up here. I'm going to be doing something similar in my old system eventually. Putting in a custom cooling system and whatnot, and doing liquid cooled cards. That's ways away. Actually, I'm going to be moving the cards I have right now into that system eventually. And I'm going to be moving, putting 390Xs into this system. Like, and that's going to be like sometime next year, I think. Maybe even, 2017, if, depending on how long it takes them to get out cooling blocks for the 390s. Even if they come with liquid cooling, I'll be switching them out because there's just nothing that any one can give you that's going to equal what this custom system will do, custom loop will do. Because the D5 is really an industrial pump, and it's going to be able to move a lot more liquid than when you'd be able to do with anything else, really. Alright, so we got that going. I've never been able to get the graphics cards to go or anything. Oh wait, there was a tunnel I just saw. Pause it here a second. I just saw me a tunnel somewhere. Where are you tunneling sons of mole people? I could have swore I saw a friggin' tunnel icon. Well, normally they stay up though if they do show them. Of course, that could have been a bug, I suppose. Yeah, here they are right there, that's right. There's one. Go to that tunnel. But as I was saying, I've not been able to get these graphics cards over 48C. I'm actually adding a little bit on. No, 40, maybe, no. 46, I think, was the highest temperature I remember. And that's running Fire Strike Extreme on this thing. Multiple times, 3 times in a row. It did not get over 46, 47C. Obviously, that's a synthetic benchmark, but again, no game is going to push a card as hard as a synthetic benchmark for heat. That's why you don't rely on them for FPS. You do actual games for FPS. Well, you can rely on them in heat because it's just the opposite. No game is going to tax them as hard as that. Well, maybe some, not many. Yeah, you'd have to get like a type of some sort of Crisis-like game. Just to kind of give you an idea of how much overclocking really affects these cards. My stock Firestrike Extreme rating was like, I can't remember. I think it was like 4,000, no, 5 or something. I don't know. It was like, 5 or 6 or something thousand. That was just stock speeds. After I overclocked them, it's about it's either a 5.5 or a 6% overclock, because they do overclocking in percentage now for the GPU clock speeds and CCC as of Omega. I got I think it was like another couple thousand out of it. I'll have to check. So it was a pretty dramatic increase in terms of the scoring on Extreme. And that's completely destroyed 3D Mark 11. Just destroyed it beyond all measure. Compared to my other one, my system from 2012, this one scored about 20,000 higher than my old system did on the same tests. That's at the higher level. That's at the 256 by 1440 resolution, not 1920 by 1080. So it just utterly destroyed it in so many ways. I'll be able to get a bit higher of an overclock on it eventually. Because what's going to happen is that it's going to report policy or regime. Let's stop it for a second here. So I'm going to go ahead and rework how this is going here. So free time and the free time here. The yard down here. We'll still have work being done, but it's all going to be slight. Like 2 hours is what we'll do. Just so we can get ahead on the needs and whatnot. And for the variety and quantity high. So, they're still doing their things down here. Trying to get used to how large this freaking monitor is. I have to sit back a little bit further than I usually do to be able to see the entire thing without any kind of eye strain. I'm going to be trying to finish this tonight. I'm also going to be getting the footage for the build and unboxing for the new system all into Vegas and edit it up a bit. So I can get that rendered out as well. Then I have to work on stuff for the update, which is going to be next Wednesday. I decided to push it back a little bit more due to the build, which is taking a little more time to finish than I thought it would and get everything ready to up and going and whatnot. And also because I still need to edit all the footage for that as well. And possibly re-record it entirely. I don't know. I just don't... What happens when I'm recording it is I just start going like crazy on the speed speed that I talk at. And it just kind of just destroys it in certain ways because I start talking really fast like this and you can't really understand it, and then just going like frigging 100 miles an hour on the talking and trying to get through everything because there's so much stuff to go over. But yeah, so I may end up re-recording most everything, trying to slow down a little bit, but not much. I mean, even at that speed of talking, it was still like 6 hours long, or over 6 actually. I think it was 6 hours and 45 minutes long. But I mean, it's necessary because there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Maybe I'll have to go through and try and cut out some more extraneous stuff that I usually inject into it while I'm recording it. So one thing I've noticed about this, about Windows 8.1, that's kind of really annoying, is the fact that certain Flash videos online, I think on certain players, they flash when they play. And as far as I know, there's no way to fix that. It's just it's an issue between problem between Windows and Flash player or something. Or at least I couldn't find anyone that had it fixed it yet on Adobe's forums. Let's see, what else? Another kind of annoyance is the fact that in order to get into safe mode, you have to actually set up a flag or something to be tripped while you're in Windows, because it boots so fast now that there's just no way to go into the the Windows boot menu if you have an SSD. So they have an option inside of Windows where you set up it to restart into a recovery kind of mode where you can select advanced options and select it from there. And then you have to actually it's a double restart thing. You restart to get to that menu, then you have to restart again to get to the menu where you can select to go to safe mode. Or in my case, safe mode, and also to disable driver signing enforcement or whatever, so that I can use Motion and Joy to hook up my PS3 controller. Trying to get this frigging computer upstairs last night was a chore. This case is literally like about 6 inches taller and maybe an inch or two wider, and definitely maybe an inch or two more depth to it than the old case. So it's like, 15 to 25 pounds heavier than my old case. Plus, you add in the weight of all the water, the liquid cooling in there, all the metallic bits for the fittings and whatnot. It's probably easily 45 to 50 pounds, I'd say, with everything inside of it. My new one. My old one's more like 35, maybe 40. If I should say my arms were freaking burning by the time I got it up here and set it on this desk that I just bought. I guess you could call it a desk. It's more like a kind of like a table, but yeah, I decided that I wanted to get these things up off the floor, so I got a desk that kind of would fit in between the door and my computer table to put my new and my old system on. Wasn't really that hard to put together, though. I did put a piece in backwards. That doesn't really matter. I don't really care that enough to go back through and switch it around. So they pretty much are done over here with these, which is good. How are the needs looking so far? It looks like it's pretty good. We're not getting too much thread up here. There's still a lot of prisoners with serious complaints. Food's still a large problem. Recreation, that's starting to go down, I think. Because they got a lot of free time now. Switched it around. What are they in now? Yard. So what I want to do is I want to pause it. And I want to continue building this out. Yeah, these are a little bit bigger, aren't they? I moved them out too far, didn't I? Damn. Oh well. I guess these ones will be a little bit bigger cells here. Nah, screw it, we're gonna fix. Well, if we fix it, we have to fix everything. So no, let's gonna leave it like that. I don't care. Yeah, it doesn't really affect it in any which way other than just, you know, it's not very efficient on the space side of things. But it's not that big of a deal. So last time I did this, I did both sides and then one over here. Yeah, 29 more cells than what we needed, so I want to just try and do, if not exactly 1,000, get a little less. We'll see where this puts us at. Once I get all the stuff in. Alright, let's go to objects. Yeah, I never understand. You know, what I should be doing is I should be putting everything in at once. I don't know why I'm not doing that. That makes things so much faster. I'm gonna sneeze here in a second, I think. Oh god, excuse me. What I should be doing is I should be putting this everything in at once, you know, it's just like durr. It'll probably take them the same time. Whoa. No, that's right, never mind. That's right. I was say, wait, there's only one thing here. That's right, that's what it's supposed to be. God. It'll probably take them at the same time to put everything in, but at the same time I'm not gonna have to, you know, waste time with them having finished one thing, me not paying attention and having it done while I'm trying to do something else somewhere else. Let's put everything in at once. Even the plumbing, I'm going to put it all in at once. Except for the jail cell doors, not that yet. I didn't put them up here, did I? The beds. This is always the most annoying part because there's just so much stuff you have to put in. That's why you need the cloning tool. I stupidly made my present in a way that wouldn't allow me to use the cloning tool. I'm going to try and make it so that I can use it on the next one. That I do when they fully release this. Just don't have to deal with this problem. So I did some rendering tests the other night with this, and this system just kicks ass with rendering. Literally, it's actually taking a couple, like, I think 10 or so seconds less than what the actual size of the file is. So if the video is, like, say, a minute long, it's taking, like, about 45 seconds to render out that minute. So, to give you kind of perspective, my other one, it would be about, 30 to 40, maybe a minute more. So that same one that would take a minute would take 2 minutes on my old system. So that's going to make it so that I can render out stuff really quickly. It's going to be awesome. Let's see, large pipes. So I'm going to do this thing again here. Doesn't really matter. Alright, and then we'll do the piping here. Alright, that should do for the plumbing too. One more thing I want to do is I want to connect these two together. Just get a little extra flow on there. And we should be good. Going to do their stuff. I also want to do the, remake that recreational room we had over here. Recreation room. Sure, leave that one uncovered. I'll put the door there. Oops, I just killed that thing right there, the utility pipe. There we go. Object door. So TVs. Pool tables. That sounds a little bit further, isn't it? No, yeah, it's just like one or something.